Recording.
So my name is Charlotte and this is my presentation on labour regulations for the TV and film industry in Ireland. And so there's going to talk about a lot of different things, so about salary, the difference in similarity between the public and private industry, union recognition, work practices, health safety legislation, practices, corruption and standards of work. And so starting off with differences, so in the private sector, progression is based on performance. So if you're really good at your job, you'll easily kind of build up in the company and get a higher salary. In the public sector, progression is based on years work there. So if you've been there for 4 years, every year you're bound to get either a pay rise or a higher job, and you can apply for any job in RT. And then the private, so there's less job security. So if you're really bad, then they also don't have to keep you on, and they don't have to you don't have to give you a pay rise or anything. And in the public sector, there is job security, so you get different benefits, pensions, and everything like that. And they both have to follow the health and safety legislations, and they both have certain pay they have to follow as well. So the examples I'm giving is RT as the public sector and TV3 as the private sector. So union recognition, so private companies, they won't recognise unions. Well, they have a choice, they don't have to recognise them, but in the public sector they would usually require in RT to have a union, so then all like salary and everything would go through the union. They discuss it with them and all that would be discussed through that. Pay, so both have to follow certain guidelines, so it's not just pay whatever you want, so both have to follow the guidelines. Minimum wage in Ireland at the moment is $8.65 an hour. So the standard working week would be 39 hours a week with a maximum of 48, which would be then going into overtime, and you're meant to be paid more for overtime. So you're allowed 11 hours rest every 24 hours, a half-hour break for every 6 hours you work, and then a day's rest in a working week. So the rates of pay, so in a private, you'd literally be given the contract to have your wage on it, and you either sign it or you don't. In the public, there would be unions which have certain pay rates which they'd have to follow, and they give you different things, so that would be through the unions again. So holiday pay, so with the private company, you aren't guaranteed holiday pay. It's based on your contract. In the public, everyone in the public sector is entitled to annual leave, and it's calculated on your hours worked, so the amount of PRSI you pay, and then it's governed under the Organisation of Working Time Act 1997. So sick pay and leave, so you're not entitled to sick pay or leave in the private sector, so it's at the employer's discretion, but in the public you're entitled to sick pay. If you call in sick, you get paid for that day, but if you are sick for more than 3 days, you then require a doctor's note, and then you will be given sick leave, but they don't actually have to pay you for sick leave, but you will be able to come back then afterwards. And if you have an accident and you can't work, you're actually not entitled to sick leave in either. Maternity and paternity leave. The private sector, so you're entitled to take it, but it's then again it's whether it's in your contract or not, whether you get paid. They don't have to pay paternity leave. In the public sector, you're given 26 weeks leave, altogether with 16 weeks unpaid. So only 10 of those weeks are paid, and then you must take it 2 weeks before the due date. You also have to give 4 weeks written notice, and you have to supply a medical cert confirming your pregnancy, and then 4 weeks notice before you're returning back to work. Pensions, so the private sector does not supply us pension unless it's decided by the employer, and if they don't supply one, you can set one up yourself through private pension schemes. In the public sector, so RT provides a pension scheme, and that's under the Public Service Pension Act 2012. Health and safety, so in both private and public sections, they must follow the health and safety rules and regulations set out by the health and safety authorizations authorities. So I think RT have a statement of all their health and safety things, so they state that everyone working in RT has a statutory duty to take care of their own and others' safety while at work. So that's on the RT's Programme Guidelines 2008. The standards of production, so so these are all the sources that I got all my things from. So I just used the draft document as well, so they are all the sources in that. And then the siblings information, and they supplied me the working hours and everything like that. And then everything's on sick leave and pay. And then RT gave me information about maternity. It gave me information about benefits, health and safety, and then also the health and safety authority gave me information. SIB2 gave me more, and then also the Filmmakers Network gave me rates of pay that were agreed by SIB2 and other unions. And then also the CS pensions also gave me information on that.